Today's topic is stress. So, my top 7 stress less success tips, survival tips, really, for all of you. We're going to go through each of those. But first, I really want to talk about stress and how it affects us in ways that we may not even be aware of. There are so many negative effects of stress, and there are so many statistics on this. Up to 90% of all doctor visits are stress related, and something upwards of 77% of people suffer from ill effects from stress. And they're really twofold. So you have your physiological, your physical effects, and then you have your mental and emotional effects. And so some of those physical effects of stress are going to be things like chronic muscle tension, so especially in your neck and your head and your shoulders. And really that tension, that constant state of tension, can cause things like chronic pain, tension and migraine headaches, lots of different effects of just having those tight muscles. So if you feel like those muscles are tight all the time, it's because you're in that constant state of chronic stress. Now, in addition to that, you could have GI symptoms, so digestive issues, heartburn or acid reflux, decrease or increase in appetite. Those things, of course, can cause weight issues. So either way, underweight or overweight. Also cardiovascular issues, so heart and blood vessel problems. So high heart rate, increased blood pressure, things that are really taking a toll on your body. Also respiratory systems. So it can really aggravate pre-existing conditions such as asthma, or if you have emphysema or COPD, it can really aggravate that. And stress can cause things like asthma attacks, right? And then your endocrine system, so that's your hormone system. So an increase in those stress hormones from that chronic stress can cause future physical and mental health issues over time, such as chronic fatigue, immune disorders or autoimmune disorders, depression, and obesity. And then reproductive issues. You can absolutely have a variety of reproductive issues because of chronic stress as well. And then on the flip side, your mental health, right? Your mental and emotional health can take a huge toll because of that chronic stress that we have in our lives. So over 50% of all emotional disorders have some link to a cause due to stress. So depression, anxiety, decreased cognitive function, such as difficulty concentrating, making decisions, and learning new information, as well as changes in personality or behavior. So whether it's becoming irritable, angry, frustrated, or defensive, or maybe you're having compulsive or impulsive behaviors, so those habits that we fall back on when we're stressed, or a decrease in work productivity or withdrawal from your personal relationships or from social relationships. So all of those things can really happen just because of stress. And so these tips that I'm going to give you all today, my 7 stress less survival tips, are going to increase peace and joy in our busy lives. And the first one is going to be to have a date night with yourself. So whether that is that you love nice hot bubble baths, or you like to sit back with a cup of tea and a good book, or pop some popcorn and watch your favorite movie, whatever that is, making time just for yourself, even if it's just an hour or two in your busy week, for some alone time, is going to help you de-stress, relax, and calm your nerves so that you can really re-energize and tackle what life has to offer you. It's giving yourself your own time out, but in a fun, relaxing way. You might find that you start sleeping better, you'll have more energy, and you'll be able to bounce back from some of those challenges, whether they're physical or emotional challenges, even faster. And the first step in this is to figure out what does bring you joy. What are the activities that you enjoy that you can do alone to take a time out during the week? The next is scheduling in that time. Schedule time for yourself like it's any other appointment for work or a doctor's appointment. Whatever it is, put it in your schedule. And then the last step is really just to turn off the outside distractions and enjoy yourself. So really just taking that date night for yourself is so important. The second tip I have for you all today is to enjoy some silence, to really have some mindfulness in your life, to take time out. And it doesn't have to be a lot. It could be 5, 10, or 15 minutes, or you can even work up to a full half hour. But mindfulness and meditation can really do wonders for you. You are calming your nerves, you're calming your heart rate, and really being mindful of your breathing. If you don't really know what to do, you can have music or you can have silence. It's up to you. So you can put on some calming music, get in a comfortable position. You could be sitting, you could be lying down. It's whatever you prefer. And then slowly start to clear your mind. Yes, there are things going on all around us, and those thoughts are going to pop into our heads, but it's just really about bringing yourself back to the present moment and recognizing those thoughts when they come into your mind and then pushing them aside. It's not about having a clear mind the whole time. That may or may not ever happen, but really being able to just focus and be in the present and just file those away for later, and just taking some time out from all the information that we get inundated with on a daily basis. Meditation is wonderful for your mental and your physical health. It can help you reduce that blood pressure. It can increase your immune system and even increase that cognitive function that we were just talking about that can get impaired from all the stress. So it really is like a superfood, but for your brain. All right, number 3. So number 3 is unplugging. And I know how hard that sounds. I really, truly do. Way too many of us these days take our devices with us in every moment of our lives. So whether it's our car or the bathroom or the gym, everywhere we go, we take our cell phone or a laptop or a tablet. So we're taking it all with us and we're constantly being distracted. So here's how I started. I started by keeping my phone out of my bedroom at night so that I wasn't being constantly woken up and distracted by it. I started plugging it in the kitchen, or it could be in the bathroom. It could be wherever is outside your room. It's not so far away in case there's an emergency, but it's not going to keep you up at night. You can plug it in, set it aside. And I promise you that if you're not sleeping alone, your partner will be really happy about this too. Just getting the technology out is really, really helpful for your sleep. And then, of course, your meal times is the second. So that was the second place that I went, is during meal times, being able to set those aside. And then during any quality time that you might have with friends or family, being able to just put it away. And again, focusing on the present moment. A lot of our stress and worry comes from thinking about the future and worrying about the future, or stressing about things that happened in the past. So really being in the present is going to give you a lot more peace and joy in your life and reduce your stress. So focusing on being mindful while you're eating instead of just rushing through and being distracted will actually help with your digestion, and your relationship with food will get healthier. It's really going to help with that. And you'll find a lot more pleasure in taking the time to relax and feed your body, as well as spending time with your loved ones. That quality time is going to give you such a better experience, whether that's over a meal, during a movie, or just having a conversation. Most likely nothing catastrophic is going to happen when you put your phone down for a few minutes. And if it did, you would be much better prepared to handle it as it comes up. Okay, so number 4. So we're on to number 4, which is doing a bedtime brain dump. And when I learned this, it helped me get to sleep faster immediately. And it's time for your phone to go away, like we just talked about. But, it's okay to maybe make some notes before you set it aside, or to actually have some good old-fashioned pen and paper next to your bedside so that you can literally write down everything that's in your mind before you go to sleep and clear it out. So you're going to put down all your to-do lists. So if you need to get groceries, you can write down what you need to get. If you have errands that you need to run, or people you need to call, or gifts you need to buy, whatever it is, get it out of your mind and keep that notebook next to you, or put that note in your phone, jot it all down. I love having the notebook next to me because then as I'm sleeping and my phone's in the other room and I think, oh my goodness, I forgot about this, I can write it down. So that's really important. It's your bug list. Everything that could possibly bother you and keep you up, write it down. And then you won't have to worry about remembering it when you wake up. And half the time you don't anyway, and it just kept you up all night. We want our conscious mind to be able to calm down, right? Simmer down and give you that great night's sleep that you've been missing, instead of being overactive during the time that we're supposed to be replenishing our bodies and our brains. So this is also, of course, something your partner might be thanking you for, because you won't be tossing and turning. You'll be more well rested, and you'll be much more pleasant the next day. Number 5, get outside. So experience outdoors sometime in your day as much as possible. So in our busy lives, we spend far too little time outside, and it helps reduce stress. It helps to have your natural sleep rhythms, your circadian rhythms kick in. It helps to get the fresh air in and out of your body. And so if you're scheduling your time to go outside, it could be as simple as you park further away and you take a walk, or maybe you take a walk if you have some nature around you on your lunch break, or you just walk outside, take some fresh, deep breaths of that beautiful air, and be mindful of that time that you spend out there. It doesn't have to be a lot of time, but that fresh air, that rejuvenation, that relaxation that you will get from connecting with nature is so important. And of course, you get a good dose of vitamin D from being out in the sunshine, and even just 10 to 15 minutes a day of that, the little bit of exercise or a little bit of fresh air is going to do you a world of good. Number 6 is, now that we've turned off the volume on our phone, we're going to turn up the music. And finding music that feeds your soul, I think, is so important and can be such an amazing stress reliever. So you do have to pay attention to your body and to your mind about what music helps reduce your stress versus getting you excited. So listening to music that really calms you can decrease your stress hormones that we mentioned earlier with your endocrine system. And so it's going to combat the chronic stress that causes 60% of all diseases, right? We have our nature and our nurture, and we want to decrease all of that stress that we possibly can. Listening to music can also help you sleep better. It can help you reduce some of that chronic pain, reduce depression, increase joy, improves your physical performance as well as your work performance, can strengthen that memory and concentration, so improve that cognitive function and that ability to retain information. So music can really feed your body and your mind. It can also increase verbal intelligence and academic performance. So if you find the right music for you, you can play that while you're studying or while you're learning, while you're working, and will help you improve your performance. So whatever type of music that you enjoy, all that matters is that it works for you and that you incorporate it into your daily life. Now, number 7, this is our last tip for today, is express yourself. Have a creative outlet. Creative expression is such a great way to reduce your stress and increase joy in your life. So journaling is a great, very super simple way to increase creativity. And some people don't really know what to journal about. It's okay. You can really focus on the things that you're grateful for first and go from there. So focusing on the positive, not focusing on the things that didn't go right, but focusing on the things that did go right today. Things and people that you have to be grateful for in everyday life. Now, you also may have had a creative outlet in the past in your life that you have lost sight of, that you stopped doing. So whether that's drawing, painting, creative writing, dancing, you may have had a creative outlet when you were younger that maybe you just stopped doing. And so you could pick that up as well. So journaling is a really quick, easy way to really be creative, to be thinking about the positives and the things that aren't stressing you out in your life. But there are so many creative outlets out there that it can help you decrease your stress, increase joy, and increase the peace in your life, and give you something to focus on that is positive, that you can be grateful for. So those are my top 7 stress-less survival tips. I hope that you will enjoy them, and I hope that you will have the opportunity to decrease your stress, improve your mental and emotional health, as well as your physical health by using them. Enjoy.